Hello cookies, it's Iri, I'm back and today I'm going to show you my filming setup. First of all, I'm so sorry that it took such a long time because my first excuse is that I didn't notice that I passed 25,000 cookies. When I actually noticed, it was already at 31,000 and it was some of you actually, some cookies that told me, "Hey Iri, where is your filming setup video? You said you would film it at 25,000 cookies and you're at 30 plus and you haven't filmed it." And many of you actually complained and I didn't notice because I usually don't check actually how many cookies I have. It sounds like I'm lying so much, but I honestly don't check, and as of right now I'm filming this, I have no idea. Maybe some of you left and now you're only 22,000, so it's going to be very embarrassing because I'm filming this saying thank you for 25,000 while maybe 10,000 of you left and there's only 22,000 or 20,000 or maybe just 200 of you. And I will just be super embarrassed making a video saying thank you for 25,000. I wanted John to help me, but I also mentioned in one of my previous videos that he's actually very busy. As of now, he's not even in Sweden. Funny enough, every time I'm filming, he's not in Sweden. That's just how busy he is. He's not so much around because he's building our future and I miss him like freaking crazy and Yokai misses him like freaking crazy, but he's working so hard for the three of us, so hard. And I know you watch my videos, boo boo, and I always tell you this, but Yokai and I are both so grateful for what you do for us, for our little family. But since you cookies always request a video, I thought I will try to film it myself and do my best to show you how it looks like. For some weird reason, today the lighting is crap. I don't know why. I tried to fix it many times. I tried to do this and that, and it's the same way as I always film, but somehow I look kind of greenish / weird, and it is either too overexposed or underexposed, and I just don't know what is happening with my setup because it's the same as usual, but I feel like it looks really bad. My lighting looks really bad on the monitor. Just imagine that it's my setup that you cookies usually like. First of all, let me start with the sound. So the sound that I'm using now is this Sennheiser thingy. It's wireless mics. Well, basically just one mic that is here and that you've seen in many of my videos because I'm so bad at hiding it. We had a special course just on how to camouflage it, how to use it properly, which clothes you should ask your talents and actors to wear so that it doesn't really go on the mic and things like that, but I just don't really care. So I don't care if you cookies see that I'm using a wireless mic, and it is this. I will put the name somewhere here. You will see it appear somewhere here and in the description box down below. I'm really satisfied with this Sennheiser mic because it has really improved the quality of my sound. It is such a huge difference and I never really noticed until I upgraded to that. The third one is this Real Techniques brush and it's called Setting Brush. And if you've noticed, I'm using this to set my Ben Nye banana powder on my concealer to set it. The reason I upgraded was because John and his dad complained to me about how boxy and echoey my sound was. And for me it was okay because I thought, well, you know, some people film with just their camera and I at least have this. It is the Zoom... I will put the details, it's the Zoom H4n and I'll put the details somewhere here. So this is what I used to use to film my videos, and honestly it's a really good mic. I really like it and I feel like it is definitely 100 times better than just the mic in my camera because the mic in my camera is super lousy. I don't know if it's just that my camera is broken. It has never fallen on the ground or anything like that, but it is so quiet. If I speak now with this volume and I just use the sound that is the mic that is on my camera, my DSLR, you wouldn't hear anything, or maybe you would just hear it just like this, even when I put it at the max. So it's really weird. So with this, it was definitely much better. The only problem was that it picked out the whole room sound and the echo. Right now it's still picking, The Sennheiser mic is still picking up some sound because it's really powerful. And maybe you hear Yokai playing with his squeaky toy because he's playing with the squeaky toy. When it's John around doing things, I can just tell him, hey, I'm filming. But Yokai doesn't understand, so he's playing with his squeaky toys and just rumbling around there. So if you hear some noises, it's him. And with this, it would have been super amplified, and maybe it would have picked his noise more than my noise. Of course, you point it towards you, so it's kind of like this. When I listen to my videos that I recorded with this and the ones that I recorded with the Sennheiser mic, it's such a huge difference, and I'm very happy. Even though, like I said, this is already a really good mic, and when I have multiple people in the future, if I ever have friends in the future or people I can film with, I will use this because I only have one mic of the Sennheiser one, so I can't just, you know, like get close to other people and be like, hey, can you speak towards my boobs, because that's where the little mic is, otherwise people can't hear you. So if there are many people, I will definitely still use this, and if we are traveling, I will also use this, because the Sennheiser mic is nice, but it has a wire and it's kind of a little bit fragile. I don't want to just be on the go and set it up and set everything, while on this, if I can just put this on top of the camera, it works as well. Onto the lighting, I have my Diva ring light Nebula. That is the typical ring light. I like this ring light because you can basically adjust the lighting as much as you like from 0 to 100. Sometimes you want a little bit more intense lighting, sometimes you want a little bit less intense lighting, and it's good that you can choose basically how intense you want it. And then I have 3 super huge soft boxes. I actually have 4 of them, but the 4th one doesn't fit in our tiny living room, so I can't use it, but I will definitely use it in our next house. You can also adjust the intensity of the lights with some switch at the back. The light that the soft boxes give are not as greenish and coldish as the soft boxes I had before. The soft boxes I had before were bought from Groupon, so they were pretty cheap. I thought they were expensive, but now in the grand scheme of things, they were actually pretty cheap, and the lighting was a little bit off, even when I set my white balance properly. But with these giant Westcoat soft boxes, the lighting is pretty okay. It looks really similar to daylight, and it looks very natural depending on how you set it. The camera I'm using to film is a Canon 5D Mark III, and now it is sitting on a Manfrotto tripod, so I can't show it to you because I'm using it to film. But if you Google Canon 5D Mark III, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. And as for the lens, I have no idea what lens it is. I can probably read it from here. It's written 24/105mm 1.4. I guess. I can't see really well because the lenses I'm wearing now are not the right power for my eyes, so I'm seeing blurry, even though they're like 225, 225, but I'm supposed to be 275, 250. So they're way under what I'm supposed to have, so I can't see. But now I just told you what lens it is. It's the first time that I actually checked what lens I have, because it's the lens that came when I bought the camera, so I never really cared. And what I'm holding here is my Sony camera. I'll put the details down below, but it's the A5100. I think it's an A. I'm not sure if it's an A, the little thing here, for those of you who have a Sony camera. And the lens is the lens that came with it. I don't even know if you can remove it. Maybe you can. If you can, then it's the first time I hear about it. Because I've never really checked, and funny enough, I love this camera. It has this flipping thingy, so I can see myself and I can just focus by clicking on it like this. It is so good! For such a tiny camera, it is so good. The sound is really good. The settings are really impressive. It is really just good. So if you're starting out on YouTube and you don't want to invest in a Canon 5D Mark III or a Canon 7D or like an expensive DSLR, go for this. This was not that cheap. I can't remember how much I bought it for, but it wasn't that cheap, but at the same time it was definitely not as expensive as my DSLR. But it's so good. It is really, 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 really good. I really just love it. I can't wait to travel more and film with it and do some more things with it. Of course, if I see the quality of this compared to my Canon 5D Mark III, I can tell the difference that, you know, this video was filmed with the Canon one and this was filmed with this Sony one. Hello cookies, it's Iri, I'm back and today I'm bringing you oil pulling. So basically oil pulling is a method of whitening your teeth. You basically squeeze some oil in your mouth. But otherwise I think it's just such a really, really great camera. And I totally recommend it for vlogging. You know, the struggle was so real when I was looking for vlogging camera. I was looking at everybody's vlogs and trying to read the description box, trying to read their bio, trying to read in the comment section, because I don't like asking people if I know that maybe they have answered it in some of their videos or somewhere, because I feel like it's just way too freaking lazy, you know? If I want to figure out what camera someone is using, I will always try to watch many of their videos and read the description box, read in the comment section, Google it, read their bio, go on their Instagram, try to figure it out by myself. And if I can't figure it out by myself, then I will ask, and depending on how big the YouTuber is, there's a high chance I will never get an answer. So it was really hard for me to figure out what vlogging camera I wanted, because there are so many of them out there. I almost went for the Canon one. There's a Canon one that is kind of with a flipping reversible thing like this, but the biggest thing that I didn't like about it was the fisheye lens. I really don't like fisheye lenses because I have a round giant bobblehead face, as in my head face, it's so big, it's so round. I need the reverse of a fisheye camera to kind of make it smaller. So I really do not like fisheye cameras, because they make my face bigger than it already is. I wasn't sponsored, how am I speaking now? I wasn't sponsored by I can't say sponsored. By the way, talking about sponsorship, I've never ever had any sponsored video on this channel. I don't know if you've noticed, and if you believe me, you don't have to believe me, but there's no point in me lying about that. I've never done any sponsorship, just because I felt like I receive emails every day, but there's no collaboration that has really interested me enough in terms of the products or the things I'm going to talk about. If it's an app, if it's a game, if it's this and that, if it's wigs, there's nothing that really inspired me or that I felt like I really liked. And I don't want to show you something just because it has been sponsored and be like, hey, this is amazing, you should just go buy it, I love it. No. As for my Canon 5D Mark III, I'm really happy with it. I'm very satisfied how it works. The only thing that I regret, and that sometimes made me want to almost sell it and buy one of those Canon Rebel T, I have no idea, but I've heard that everywhere so many times. Canon Rebel T, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. I know that that's what most people use and they're so amazing, and they have this flip thingy here. This flip thingy here is just amazing, and my Canon 5D Mark III doesn't have it, so I have my Mac that is actually linked to it, so I can see myself in my computer. Nothing weird about it, it's just that since I don't have a viewfinder on the camera itself, I have to look here, and that's why I'm always looking here. If my Mac is here, I look here. If my Mac is there, I look there. If my Mac is there, I look there. So that's why I'm always looking everywhere. And that's it for my filming setup. I frankly feel like daylight is still the best type of lighting. It's free, it's amazing, but here in Sweden there's not much daylight. I mean, now it is 5 p.m. If you see this watch here, it's just for style. It's from Daniel Wellington. They sent it for me for my Instagram, and it's not set at the right time. I just felt like it would look nice like this. So on this watch here, it is almost 7 p.m. but it is 5 p.m. something, and it is already super dark, and it was already really dark at 2 p.m. So that's it for daylight. There's no daylight here. And that's it for my filming setup. It's just basically softboxes, a ring light, my camera, my wireless mic, my Mac that I use as a monitor to see actually what I'm filming and to see that I'm still in frame, not just there and there and there, or if I'm out of focus. And that's it for today. I hope you cookies enjoyed it. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up and subscribe if you don't want to miss the upcoming videos. I would really like to thank you so much for 25,000 plus. Like I said, now you're more than 25,000 cookies, and the reason I don't check is that for me, it's not really a question of numbers. It's more like the connection we have, and I really love when I recognize your usernames or when I recognize your profile photos, or when we pick up on an old conversation that we started in another video and we bring it up in a new video saying, hey, remember what we said back then? I really just like the connection, talking to you and just interacting. That's what I like the most, so that's why I don't check my numbers that much. So thank you so much, and until next time, I will see you cookies at the next video. Bye bye.